Hi everyone, welcome to Study with Tricks 15 Minutes series. Today we are going to discuss 17th and 18th September current affairs. Who is launching the CDCA, Centralized Digital Credit Infrastructure Platform to support regional rural banks? The answer is NABARD. So CDCA stands for Centralized Digital Credit Infrastructure. It is a digital platform being launched by NABARD in September 2025 to support regional rural banks. So, in the exam, the question can also be asked like that. Recently, NABARD has been initiated the or launched the centralized digital credit platform for which bank? The answer would be RRBs. So, what is the purpose of this centralized digital credit infrastructure platform? To digitize and automate the loan processing system of RRBs to make credit delivery faster, more efficient, and transparent, to help RRBs completely effectively with NBFCs like non-banking financial companies and MFCs like microfinance institutions. Which country recently approved the world first vaccine to protect colds from chlamydia? So Australia has approved world first vaccine to protect the colds from chlamydia, a bacterial infection that causes severe health issues like urinary tract infections, infertility, blindness, and even death in koalas. So chlamydia is responsible for nearly half of all the koala death in the wild. So here you have to remember only one thing: which country has recently approved the world first vaccine? The answer is Australia. Which three countries participated in the Freedom Edge trilateral military exercise held near Jeju Island in September 2025? The answer is South Korea, United States, and Japan. The Freedom Edge exercise is a 5-day trilateral multi-domain military drill conducted by whom? Conducted by South Korea and the United States and Japan. From when to when? From September 15 to September 19, 2025, where it was conducted in international waters near Jeju Island. What is the name of the multinational exercise in which Indian Navy's INS Nistar is participating in Singapore 2025? The answer is Exercise Pacific Reach. So, Exercise Pacific Reach is a biennial multinational submarine rescue exercise hosted where? Hosted in Singapore. In 2025, the Navy's diving support vessel like INS Nistar is participating in this drill, which includes over 40 nations. So these are the revision MCQs related to military exercises 2025. Name of the multilateral military exercise in which the Indian armed forces are participating in Russia 2025. The answer is Japan 2025. Which country is hosting the Talisman Sapre 2025 military exercise? How many nations are participating? The answer is Australia. How many nations are participating? 19 countries. It was the 11th edition. Where was the 12th edition of the Sri Lanka Indian Naval Exercise SLINEX held? It was held in Colombo, Sri Lanka from when to when? 14th to 18th August. Which naval exercise marks the 32nd edition of India Singapore Maritime Cooperation in 2025? The answer is SIMBEX. Where is military exercise Bold Kulakshetra 2025 being conducted? The answer is Jodhpur. Name of the inaugural Joint Special Forces exercise conducted between Indian Air Force Guard Commandos and the United States Air Force Special Forces in 2025. The answer is Tiger Claw. Name of the India-Mongolia joint military exercise that concluded in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia on June 13, 2025. The answer is Nomadic Elephant. It was the 17th edition. It was a joint military exercise. Which countries hosted the 19th edition of the exercise Bright Star 2025? So Egypt and United States hosted the 19th edition of exercise Bright Star. What was the name of Iran's naval exercise conducted after the June 2025 conflict with Israel? The answer is Sustainable Power 1404. Who was recently appointed as the Nepal's first female prime minister following Gen Z-led protest? The answer is Sushila Karki. Sushila Karki has made history by becoming the Nepal's first female prime minister following Gen Z-led protests that led to the ousting of KP Oli's government. So it's an important question because she was previously Nepal's first female chief justice as well. So revision MCQs regarding prime ministers in news. Andrew Holness was elected as the Prime Minister of which country in September 2025? The answer is Jamaica. Sebastian Lecon was appointed as the Prime Minister of which country in September 2025? The answer is France. United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Myanmar Prime Minister New Sa, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Sri Lanka Prime Minister Harini Amarasarya, Mauritius Prime Minister Naveen Ramgoolam, UK Deputy Prime Minister David Lammy, Bangladesh Prime Minister Mohammad Yunus, who was elected as the Thailand's 32nd Prime Minister in September 2025. The answer is Anutin Cherny. Ukraine Prime Minister Yulia Severenko, Lithuania Prime Minister Inga Reinin. Which strategic location in India establishing a satellite tracking station near in collaboration with Mauritius? Very, very important question. The answer is Diego Garcia. India and Mauritius have agreed to establish a satellite tracking station near Diego Garcia, a strategic base in Indian Ocean. This move enhances India's maritime surveillance and strategic presence in the region, especially amid growing Chinese naval activity. The agreement includes cooperation in space research and a $680 million development package from India to Mauritius for infrastructure and maritime security was granted. Which state hosts the Hati Chili Festival to promote its GA tagged local crop known for its unique aroma and flavor? The answer is Manipur. Manipur recently inaugurated the 14th Sirara Khong Hati Chili Festival in Ukhrul district to promote the GA tagged Hati chili, a local variety known for its distinct aroma and flavor. So these are the revision MCQs regarding the festivals in news. Name of the traditional social religious festival celebrated by the Tiwa tribe of Assam to pray for a good Rabi harvest. Answer is Lakhong Puja, Assam, Ambubachi, Bogali Bihu, Mizoram, Chap Charkut Festival, Nagaland, Hornbill Festival, Odisha, Gumara Ratha Yatra, Nukhai, Maharashtra, Lavani, Lakata, Koli, Ganesh Ustav, Gudi Padwa, West Bengal, Durga Puja, Bihar, Chhat Puja, Rajasthan, Gauri Festival, Bhumar, Sunu Summer Festival, Ladakh. Which tribal festival was recently in the news in August 2025 when the Prime Minister of India extended wishes to all citizens, especially the tribal community? The answer is Karma Puja. It is celebrated mainly in the states of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, and Assam. Who has been reappointed as the Executive Director of UN Women for a second term in 2025? The answer is Seema Bahaus. Seema Bahaus is a seasoned diplomat from which country? From Jordan. Has been reappointed as a which position like Executive Director of which body? UN Women body by whom? By United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres for a second term in 2025. So these are the revision MCQs regarding international appointments. Who has been appointed as NASA's Associate Administrator to lead Moon and Mars missions? The answer is Amit Kshatriya. First woman to become the President of BIMSTEC. The answer is Indra Mani Pandey. President of 18th session of United Nations General Assembly. The answer is Annalena Baerbock. Sabine Khan appointed as a new CEO of which company? The answer is Apple. Who is appointed as head of UNICEF? Answer is Catherine Russell. Who has become the first Indian CEO of Jagar Land Rover in August 2025? The answer is PV Balaji. Who has been recently appointed as the new CEO of International Cricket Council? Answer is Sanjog Gupta. Who was appointed as Executive Director at the International Monetary Fund in August 2025? The answer is Urjit Patel. First female astronomer royal appointed in Britain is Michaela Doherty. Who won the 2025 5 Grand Swiss and Women's Grand Swiss tournaments held in Samarkand, Uzbekistan? Answer is GM or Grandmaster Anil Giri and Grandmaster Vaishali Ramesh Babu. At the prestigious 2025 5 Grand Swiss and Women's Grand Swiss tournament. So where it was held? It was held in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. So who won the championship? The won by Anish Giri and Vaishali Ramesh Babu. What is the name of the newly commissioned Indian Navy base in Gurugram, Haryana in September 2025? Very, very important question. The answer is INS Aravali. It's an Indian Navy base. The Indian Navy commissioned the INS Aravali, a new naval base located in Gurugram, Haryana. The commissioning ceremony was presided over Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi, Chief of the Naval Staff, named after the Aravali mountain range. So these are the one-liner questions. On September 14, 2025, Union Minister Amit Shah, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Cooperation, inaugurated the Veer Savarkar Sports Complex worth 825 crores at Naranpura in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. The Ministry of Railways will allocate the first 15 minutes of online reserve ticket bookings on the IRCTC website and app exclusively for whom? Exclusively for Aadhaar authenticated users' IDs from October 1st, 2025 to curb fraudulent bookings by touts using the fake IDs. India's unemployment rate dropped to what percentage? 5.1% in August 2025, continuing a downward trend from 5.6 in June and 5.2 in July, according to the periodic labor force survey in by Ministry of Statistical. Apollo Tyres has become the new lead sponsor of the Indian cricket team after winning 579 crore bid in a BCCI auction, beating Kanwa and JK Siemens. Bharat Forge chairman and MD Baba Kalyani was honored with the prestigious ASME Holy Medal, recognizing his outstanding engineering innovation with significant public benefit. India has signed a MOU with the International Labour Organization to develop the International Reference Classification of Occupations, aiming to expand employment opportunities for Indian youth. World Ozone Day 2025, officially known as the International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer, is observed on September 16th every year to raise awareness about the crucial role of the ozone layer in protecting Earth from harmful UV radiations. So, what is the theme of 2025 of World Ozone Day? The theme is from science to global action, marking 40 years since the global community united under which convention? Under Vienna Convention to protect the ozone layer. So these are the revision questions. Who was posthumously awarded the P.V. Narasimha Rao Memorial Award for Economics for his role in Indian economic transformation? Answer is Manmohan Singh, Dr. Manmohan Singh. In September 2025, what is the name of the India's first state-level startup and innovation dashboard launched by IIT Madras and Guidance Tamil Nadu? The answer is Innovation Tamil Nadu. On September 10, 2025, which radar system was commissioned into Indian Navy as India's first indigenous three-dimension air surveillance radar? What's the name? The name is Lancha N. In September 2025, what is the name of the newly discovered bent-toed gecko species in Assam, named in honor of the state's forest department? Cetodoctylus vinakshaka. In September 2025, and what was the revised GDP growth forecast for India for financial year 2026 according to ICRA Limited? Answer is 6.5%. In September 2025, which two institutions signed an MOU to advance sports science, technology, and indigenous innovation in alignment with the Gaurav Se Swadeshi campaign? Gaurav Se Swadeshi campaign, the answer is NCSSR and IIT Delhi. Which Indian Research Institute developed a wound healing pad using the red ivy plant? Answer is Jawaharlal Nehru Tropical Botanical Garden and Research Institute, Thiruvananthapuram. What is the name of the world first tri-services all-women circumnavigation sailing expedition flagged off from Mumbai in September 2025? The answer is Samudra Pradikshina. What is the name of the second anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft? delivered to the Indian Navy in September 2025? The answer is Androth. So these are the national parks and wildlife sanctuaries of Maharashtra. Bor Tiger Reserve Wildlife Sanctuary, Milghat Tiger Reserve, Gugamal National Park, Navego National Park, Jawaharlal Nehru Pench National Park Tiger Reserve, Chandoli National Park, Sahyadri Tiger Reserve, Konya Wildlife Sanctuary, Sanjay Gandhi National Park, Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve, Tadoba National Park, and Andheri Wildlife Sanctuary. These are the wildlife sanctuaries of Maharashtra: Amba Barwa Wildlife Sanctuary, Andhari Wildlife Sanctuary, Annadam Wildlife Sanctuary, Palm Raghar Wildlife Sanctuary, Bhim Shankar Wildlife Sanctuary, Chaprala Wildlife Sanctuary, Dirgo Rahekuri Wildlife Sanctuary, Dhanyaganga Wildlife Sanctuary, New Maldo Bird Wildlife Sanctuary, Gautala, Atra Atramghat Wildlife Sanctuary, Kotjari Wildlife Sanctuary, Great Indian Bustard Wildlife Sanctuary, Kisapur Wildlife Sanctuary, Jaikwadi Wildlife Sanctuary, Kalsubai Harishchandra Ghat Wildlife Sanctuary, Karnala Fort Wildlife Sanctuary, Karanza Sohal Blackbuck Wildlife Sanctuary, Katepurna Wildlife Sanctuary, Kula Marka Wildlife Sanctuary, Punya Wildlife Sanctuary, Lunar Wildlife Sanctuary, Malvan Marine Wildlife Sanctuary, Man Singodeo Wildlife Sanctuary, Muktabai Bhavani Wildlife Sanctuary, Nandur Mahabaleshwar Wildlife Sanctuary, Nala Wildlife Sanctuary, Pinganga Wildlife Sanctuary, Fansad Wildlife Sanctuary, Dhangari Wildlife Sanctuary, Sagareshwar Wildlife Sanctuary, Sudhagar Wildlife Sanctuary, Thane Creek Flamingo Wildlife Sanctuary, Tipeshwar Wildlife Sanctuary, Umred Khar Karangla Wildlife Sanctuary, Koka Wildlife Sanctuary, HC Ramling Ghat Wildlife Sanctuary, Mayureshwar Soup Wildlife Sanctuary, Naigon Peacock Wildlife Sanctuary, Tamini Wildlife Sanctuary, Tansa Lake Wildlife Sanctuary, Tungeshwar Wildlife Sanctuary, One Wildlife Sanctuary, Yaval Wildlife Sanctuary. What are the Ramsar sites of Maharashtra? Lonar Lake, Nandur Mahamaneshwar, Thane Creek. So these are the current affairs. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.